So this right here, we're still getting a lot of rain, a lot of winds. We're getting winds coming in, gusting around 70, 75 mile an hour. Even though we are in tropical storm, no longer a hurricane. But this tree right here, we've been watching this tree. When the wind gusts, you see it moving at the roots, the ground's moving. And our neighbor has his truck parked right underneath that tree, and that's the direction the wind is blowing. Melissa and I both want to run out there and, warn him and let him know what's going on, but so he can move the truck. But it's just not safe for us to go outside with those wind gusts. We can slip, fall, crack our skulls open as we're trying to run around and save a truck. So instead, we're just kind of monitoring it and hoping it doesn't fall down. You can see it now, it's rocking pretty good. And here comes a wind gust. The whole ground's lifting up there. Oh, that's making me nervous. I'm not sure how well the camera is picking that up because there is a lot of water. Let's try something real quick. Preparations for Hurricane Ian. All right, I got quite a bit done already. Yesterday, which was Tuesday, I made sure I got our bikes pulled up close to the RV and got them covered. We got the trucks parked. We're gonna actually park it a little better, but kind of help block the bikes a little more. And I have already pulled up all of the plumbing. So all the sewer lines, our hoses and whatnot are pulled up. I'm going to leave the water hoses. I'm not too worried about those. The power cords, I'm not worried about those, taking off and getting blown around in the wind. But I was more concerned about the actual sewer lines because, as you know, the RVs have these little cheap plastic hookups, and I was worried that the wind would move it and pull it just right and kind of mess up my plumbing. So yeah, that's all picked up off the ground, and we have just 2 more items to get collected before the storm actually moves in full force. So I need to get my satellite dish. That needs to get picked up. That is the Starlink dish, in case you were wondering why it looks different and weird. And then we also have the ramp for the dogs, and I can leave a link in the description for both of those if you're interested in checking them out. But yeah, we are dark skies starting to come in, starting to get a little rain on my head now. And so I'm probably going to wait till about 4 or 5 o'clock to actually pull the satellite dish in. Watch the weather conditions, see if it gets worse, or see if it, or when it gets worse. Not if it gets worse, but see when it gets worse. I got the rain suit, so I'll just run out here real fast. Grab the satellite, grab the cable, get it all thrown in, and along with the ramp, and we'll be done. Pull the slides in and kind of hunker down and be ready for it. Okay, slight change of plans, right? Still riding out the hurricane, as it goes right now. It's Wednesday morning at 11:30 a.m. But the storm looks like it's strengthening. I knew that this morning. As soon as I got up, it looks like it's getting close to a Category 5. I mean, you might as well call it a Category 5 at this point. But it is getting kind of too much wind for me just to leave the motorcycles out. Even though we plan on blocking them and having them set in some pretty strategic places, I think it'd be safer just to bring it to the garage. So I've already gotten one in the garage. My baby there, Thor. I would have brought in Melissa's, but I don't have her key, and she's at work with the truck. So I can't even get hers in here yet. Hopefully when she gets here, it's not raining too bad, because let me tell you, it's the first time that I had to pull the motorcycle into the garage. So I'm doing it by myself for one. I don't know what I'm doing for two. And as I'm trying to come up the ramp, it gets to the point where the bike lifts up and my feet are no longer on the ground or on the ramp. So I'm just kind of teetering there in the middle of the ramp. So I let it go back down the ramp. I gave it another go. And we started to get ready to go up the ramp. And as the back wheel sat down on the bottom of the ramp, it was too wet. So the tire just spun a little bit. So I stopped, let it come back down again. My neighbor, he has a toy hauler next to me, and he also has a motorcycle, and he knows a little more about it than I do. So he ran over, asked if it was cool to help. Of course, yes, it's always cool to help me out. So he gave me a push from the back, and I was able to get it up into the back of the toy hauler with no problem. Except when I parked it initially, I was kind of over this way a little more, not enough room for Melissa to pull Odin up in here. So I had to dry the floors because it's super slippery when wet. Even when wearing these shoes here that are made from Harley, they actually made to ride on the bikes. They got some awesome tread on the bottom of them here, and even with that, I was slipping. I'm slipping now. Like I was slipping and sliding, trying to do close quarter maneuvers with this very large, heavy motorcycle. So the next step was to grab a towel, dry it up, get the floor dry, get my feet dry. Then I was able to back it down a little bit, pull it back forward, get it closer to the side, so that way we can get Melissa's bike, Odin, pulled right up in here. So yeah, I did not think about it beforehand. I could have set up the tripod and actually recorded me pulling in. You could have seen it all. Could have laughed a little. He could have been on edge as I almost dropped this big sucker. But ultimately everything worked out for the better. We are in the RV and everything's all good. I'm thinking I can set up the tripod for later. When Melissa comes in and we go to pull in Odin, we can record that one. That should be fun. I doubt Melissa will be the one driving it. It'll be me driving it, because even with my long 6'5" legs, I was dangling. It surprised me that I couldn't touch the ground. The bike had lifted me up off the ground, and I couldn't touch it, and I had to let it go back down so I didn't drop it. Very fun learning experience. I'm out. All right, so now we are looking at 6:08, 6:09 p.m. on Wednesday. We've already had a lot of winds and rains. You can see the water puddles in the back behind me. There's a couple more. There's more behind the RV. We got a small break in the rain, so we want to run out and get the puppers to go potty before we get a lot of the storm coming in. So we're not getting much action out of them. They're just, Clarabelle's just standing there, you know.
He keeps trying to drink the puddle.
Just enjoying the breeze, and then, you know, Fudge, being a puppy he is running around drinking puddles.
Drinking puddles.
So, yeah, nothing too serious yet. We got a few wind gusts. We're getting close. I think we hit 46 is what I saw in the news.
All right, bye-bye.
Okay, Chloe wanted to say hi. But we got some wind gusts up to about 45, 46 mile per hour. Not feeling much movement inside of the RV. So she's holding steady for now. We're supposed to be getting winds, sustained winds, I believe it was 60 to 70 miles an hour. And then we'll be getting gusts between 70 and 80 mile an hour. You know, still highway speeds. Oh, we got another puppy coming out. No.
I'm gonna be able to fly.
So we got another puppy coming out. We need to get in the house so they can take their puppy out. I'm out. All right, here we go. It is D-Day, 6:49 p.m. How y'all feeling about the hurricane?
It needs to be over with because I'm going to be in close quarters with all of this.
Okay. We're looking a little messy, a little junky right now.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel you on the clutter. We got some makeshift dog sleeping quarters because their crates are picked up. Normally they just kind of catch the couch, but you know.
We should be able to throw the crates back in there since my bike's not being put in there.
That is true. That is true. Chloe. Caught you with a mouthful. I know it. How you feeling about the hurricane right now? All right, no comment. Chloe's got no comment about the hurricane. I'm trying to eat some pizza. That's all I want to do.
I was hungry. This is what it's different than East, guys.
I just want to eat some pizza. So, here's how I'm feeling about the hurricane right now.
I want to leave.
Let's go! I'm ready to eat though. I'm out! All right, here we are. We're still in D-Day. Actually, it's like D-Night.
Actually, we're in the next day.
We're in the next D-Day. So it's almost 12:30 in the morning. And
We've been up all night.
yeah, just been up. You know, I tried to sleep a little. I really did.
No, I went to go to sleep and then couldn't because I kept seeing shadows from the rain.
So Chloe was seeing shadows from the trees blowing and whatnot from the lights outside. Me personally, I tried to catch a little nap, but I know that the worst is still to come around 2 or 3 a.m. So I was like, let me just try to get a nap before all the real higher winds come in and kick in and start rocking us, etc., etc. So,
I bet that map's gonna get blown away.
what had happened was when I tried to go to sleep, I felt the RV do a little. It's not bad. It's really not. It's just I felt it, and then you hear the rain hit the window, and then.
It's continuous. It's a little bit like whoosh, a little bit like whoosh.
Right, it's not a continuous sound of the rain. It's a whoosh that hits the window, and that's what makes me go, "What happened? Where's that? Where are we at? What's going on?" So I finally started to doze off, and then we got the white noise, the fan going. I hear it go as if the power's going off. So I look outside, I see a flash, I hear something, a popping noise, and the fan starts to go down again, like the power's going off. It does it 3 or 4 times, and finally I said, screw it, I'm up. I'm gonna stay up. Not going to sleep. So now we're all up. Melissa got about 2 hours of sleep. She got about the best.
She's the only one that got sleep.
But she also.
Woke up, plus my dumb buddy's like decreased. They go to bed, so it's the sickness increase. So
She only woke up because her stomach was bothering her. Yeah.
I told you, she wouldn't have woken up. This woman can sleep through a lot. She wouldn't have woken up and talking about her. She's
Yeah.
fine.
So now I'm hungry. I'm gonna find something to eat. And
And this is how people get fat during hurricanes.
yeah.
Bored eating.
I just been chilling with Fudgy
Yeah.
by myself.
So yeah, I'm gonna find something to eat. Anything else anybody want to say to the people about the hurricane? Chloe, how you feeling?
Tired.
Tired.
I want to go to bed.
Ty, how you feel about the hurricane?
I want to go to bed. I want it to go away so I can sleep
Okay.
in my bed.
All right, so she's good with the hurricane,
Comfortable,
other than the
nice,
fact that it's keeping her
wonderful
awake.
bed.
Melissa, how you feel about the hurricane?
She's fine.
fine. I just want my belly to settle.
She don't
wants
even
to go back
she don't
to
even need to go away to go to sleep. She just wants her belly to settle so she can go to sleep. Me, like I said before, let's get it. But please let me get some sleep. I'm out. All right, we are still here. We are still here. We are still kicking. We are still safe. So it's almost 6 o'clock in the morning. Funny thing, you know, my Apple Watch already has me at 5 hours of stand because I haven't been asleep yet. You know, I kind of nod here and there, but it's hard to sleep when you hear all those whooshing sounds coming against the window that's, you know, right here. And then another one there. And then, of course, the main one right there. But yeah, we've been getting some flurries of just like really heavy wind. At this point, it's no longer Hurricane Ian, it's Tropical Storm Ian, but we're still getting those wind gusts. You know, they're reaching 55, 65 miles per hour. Nothing that the RV can't handle, but like I said, the sounds, and then you feel it too. You know, our bedroom is like up on the nose of the fifth wheel, so we're feeling that every time the wind whips really good. You know, it kind of jerks you a little bit, and that's just enough to pop you out of your sleep or out of the almost sleep. I'm sure if I was in a deep sleep, it wouldn't bother me, but being in that almost sleep. Melissa left me. I told her to go in the middle. It's really stable on the couch. You know, you don't feel all that jerking. You don't really hear the rain, especially when the AC's on. So I told her to get out of the room and just go hang out down there, and I'll stay awake and I'll keep an eye on things. I'm normally up this time in the morning anyways. So yeah, I was hoping really to get some of those whooshes so you can hear it. Maybe if I get a little closer to the window here, you can hear exactly what it is we hear. Of course not now. Only because I want you to hear. Only because I'm talking about it. We're not gonna get any of that strong wind. And look, I ain't even mad at it. Stay quiet enough for me to go to sleep. Yeah, no. Not hearing it. Yeah, well, I'll try to catch it. Oh, there's one. That was a little flurry. Excuse me? Had the nerve to reach out and just like claw my shorts. Ooh, that light is broken. I would flip the camera around so you can see it, but you're not gonna see it through the glass. It's just a street lamp. It's dangling there. It's still on though. Pretty awesome. There's a little flurry hidden. Not the gust I was talking about though. There were some powerful ones coming through here. There were some powerful ones. It's enough, like I said, to get me up out of my sleep room. What? But overall, pretty cool. Fun experience. It really is. All right, well, I'll come back if we get some of those flurries. Until then, I'm out. So this right here, we're still getting a lot of rain, a lot of winds. We're getting winds coming in, gusting around 70, 75 mile an hour. Even though we are in tropical storm, no longer a hurricane. But this tree right here, we've been watching this tree. When the wind gusts, you see it moving at the roots, the ground's moving. And our neighbor has his truck parked right underneath that tree, and that's the direction the wind is blowing. Melissa and I both want to run out there and, warn him and let him know what's going on, but so he can move the truck. But it's just not safe for us to go outside with those wind gusts. We can slip, fall, crack our skulls open as we're trying to run around and save a truck. So instead, we're just kind of monitoring it and hoping it doesn't fall down. You can see it now, it's rocking pretty good. And here comes a wind gust. The whole ground's lifting up there. Oh, that's making me nervous. I'm not sure how well the camera is picking that up, because there is a lot of water. Let's try something real quick. All right, so I cracked the window a little bit, see if we can get around the water, but the screen's not helping. So we're gonna go ahead and close this up. That makes me so nervous. I really want to go tell him to move his truck. I mean, the gust goes the right way. It can fall on his trailer as well. All right, we're gonna monitor it. All right, we in the thick of it. The wind is whipping. Oh, you actually see through this window, okay. But y'all see the wind is whipping, the rain is not falling down. The water coming off the back of that RV is not falling down, it's falling sideways.
Can you show them all the flooding over there? Can they see it?
Yeah, you can see the flooding back there.
Yeah, it's over there. It's over there. And they're still talking another, I don't know what. It won't be completely off of us for until 10 p.m. tonight. So we're looking at another like 14 hours to this shit.
Yeah.
They got their truck lights on over there.
Yeah, that's the one that pulled out. 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't know if you didn't see it on the camera here.
To the RV, happened to the RV and then the truck now.
Well, they probably just hung out in the truck to begin with, is my thought.
Ow. That was not nice, sir.
I mean, why not?
I won't pet you no.
But yeah, so we in the thick of it. How you feeling about this hurricane right now?
It's making me nauseous because of the motion. come to rocking. And I'm running on less than 2 hours of sleep, and it's almost 9 a.m. Still got until 10 o'clock tonight to deal with it. I'm worried about whether or not my bike is going to make it, because, it's still outside.
Oh, it is. The wind wasn't even hitting it yesterday.
Yeah, but if it continues to flood, how low the motorcycle sits, because I have a lowering kit, my engine can flood, and I can have very costly damages from it. So it's not so much the wind messing it up, it's the rain and the flooding that I'm worried about.
All right.
Because it is protected from the wind. The wind's not hitting it, the truck's in the way.
Well, you just waking up. You actually slept a couple of hours.
Yeah, she slept about 6.
How are you feeling about the hurricane?
Puppy, you could go outside,
All right, we got a shoulder shrug.
I'm sorry.
Shoulder shrug. So, as far as how I feel about the hurricane, I'm good. I'm good. Just would like to have some AC. And we have a generator that we can run, but I can't go out to disconnect from the store power until the storm stops doing that. All that extra gusting, I'm not running out there. I don't mind the rain, but we're getting 70, 75 mile an hour gusts coming through here. Something
40.
can hit me. It could knock me over, cause me to slip. I'm good.
It's like 45 mile an hour sustained.
Right.
So it's not even
Good.
like it's calm. It's just calmer.
I'm good. But it's not even worth it. We can sit here and enjoy the spraying view.
You need a nap.
I'm out. All right, so the worst of Hurricane Ian, aka Tropical Storm Ian, that still putting out hurricane winds as he passed over us, is over. All right, still some winds, as you can see. Still some light rain is going to be around. Still going to have some light rain and some winds. It's going to be around for a few more hours. But we came out of it with practically nothing. We had a couple of windows that started to leak. A couple of windows that started to leak just because the rain was just being forced. The rain was being forced into the window and through the seams and in the seals, and it started to leak inside, just on the countertop and on the actual window seal. So other than that, everything is fine. Melissa's bike, aka Odin, she stayed here all night, all day, no problems. The back end got a little wet, but that's completely fine. It didn't blow over. There was no damage to it. We were really pretty safe, and it was rocky. I mean, it was an experience. We definitely had a new experience that we went through, and we have been through previous hurricanes, brick and mortar, but never inside of an RV. And there were some scary times when the wind picked up and the RV was rocking. I could see the window flex. It was insane. You see it suck in, suck out, suck in, suck out. And you could really see it once the daylight hours came in, and you got the light behind it. You could see the window flexing as if it was a chest breathing. It's crazy, but it's an experience. I mean, I'm not going to encourage you to go either way. Just we wanted to ride it out because we wanted to have the experience. We wanted to go through the experience, so we decided to go ahead and ride it out. We got a lot of people who thought we were crazy for trying to ride out a storm in an RV. There's us and 30 or 40 other RVers in this park that rode the storm out as well. They're all getting out and about now, and as you see me waving to as they drive around. As far as I can see, the only one RV had some damage where the tree snapped and fell over onto his RV. And I want to say Melissa said she saw an awning was broken or something like that. Lots of flooding, lots of water, lots of rain, lots of wind, lots of little branches and limbs, but no real damage to RVs. No RVs were flipped over, just that one RV. So yeah, it was pretty good experience. So everything we did to get prepared, right? We pulled up all of our sewer drain hose because we didn't want that getting caught in the wind and whipping about, tearing up our plumbing, right? Turn off the propane. You can do this. We didn't do it ahead of time, but you can, which is go out and just flip the breaker so when the power goes out, you don't have to worry about the surges. We do have a surge protector on there, so I wasn't worried about the power surging too much. And we just rolled it out until the power turned off. And we had power, the whole park had power until, I believe it was like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. I take that back. It was 6:37 a.m. We had power all day, and then the transformer blew. You see the light, the sky light up blue, the gray sky lit up blue, and all the power went out. So yeah, we got the hoses picked up. You can turn off the circuit breakers, turn off your propane, pick up anything that's around the RV that could become a projectile, right? We actually parked our RV in a very open area. So we decided just to hang out here in this really open area where we have 3 other RVs around us that kind of took some of that wind too. If we were by ourselves, we probably would have moved to the tree line, which I was worried about trees hitting and falling on the RV. But it'd probably be better than staying out here in the open wind, just getting pummeled by all the wind with no brakes. Because those gusts got up there. Those gusts were upwards of 85 miles per hour. And like I said, there was no damage, no wind damage to any of the RVs. So these RVs can take a good licking. A lot of people say run from the hurricane, don't ride it out in the RV. I say it depends on the storm. There are some storms you need to run from. If I would have been on the west coast of Ian, when Ian hit, I would have been gone. Hands down, I wouldn't have waited. There would have been no discussion. We would have left and came to a safer spot. So yeah, but we knew by the time it got across the state to us, 200 miles across the state, it was going to be a weekend storm, and it was a weekend storm, and we were good to go. Other than that, I mean, just normal preparations. You know, your food. You want to make sure you have dry goods that you can use if you don't have a generator, because you know all your food will go bad. We do have an onboard generator. That is what you hear me speaking over now. And I just came and hid right by it. And there's still some winds, and there's still some little light rain. But yeah, ultimately, a little tired. We didn't sleep, but it was a really, really fun ride. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it again. I just wanted the experience. We did it once. Check, we can go. But anyway, it was a fun experience. It was a good learning experience. You know, we're definitely learning even more now because we're so close and we don't have that constant steady power. The generator's not going to be ran all the time. We're just going to run it, cool the house down, cook, whatever we need to do, and shut it off. Try to preserve as much fuel as we can, so that way we're not making trips to the gas station, especially now, so close to the storm finishing. Well, it's not even finished.